What's up, horse racing fans? Welcome to another special episode of the Inside Post. Here we have the Grade 1 Stephen Foster on Saturday, June 29th at Churchill Downs. This will be ran in race 11, but we are going to handicap races 7 through 12, bringing you all the late stakes actions for the Churchill card. Kicking things off, we have race 7, mile and 16th on the turf. The Wise Dan, this is the Grade 2 Wise Dan. Great turf horse and Wise Dan, one of our top horses for turf runners for sure. In here you have a stiff competition in Ottoman Fleet. This is a British-bred horse, Charlie Appleby, giving Flavion Pratt the boot. Here, coming out of the Arlington, a Grade 3 stakes race, 99 speed figure. Winner in that race. This horse looks to be one that's going to come from off the pace and have some pretty good pace to run into. Has been running well, comes out of the Fort Marcy at Belmont at Aqueduct, also on the turf, before a slew of races over in Great Britain and Maidan, UAE. So it looks to be really good. One, even money right now, obviously. Tough one to beat, but if you're trying to beat it, a couple of others in here. Number 6, Exalted for Peter Yurton, giving JJ Hernandez the mount yet again. Fired it off, 5 wins before coming in second in the Del Mar Mile, winner of the Shoemaker and the American, all at Santa Anita, going 1 mile on the turf in there. So definitely one that's in great form, has some pretty good workouts going back to June 10th. So one that's in good form, comes off a pretty decent layoff. September 2nd was the last time Exalted has ran. So we'll see if it can pick things up from what it was able to do last summer. Third, win for the money is interesting. Jose Ortiz Mark Cassie comes off of a 79K stakes race at Gulfstream Park. The speed figure was huge, 102. In there, kicked clear. Probably not much of a competition race for win for the money. So we'll see at 9-2. A pretty good price play for an exacta trifecta. Does have some early to late speed that could be utilized in here, especially with Jose aboard. So one to just take into consideration at a pretty good price. And long shot, currently 6-1, Johnny's Fireball. Kind of bit of a hot horse at Churchill Downs, 3-2, I believe, on the turf. Winner of an allowance, optional claiming last time out of 100K. Non-winners at 3, 89 speed figure in there, going a mile and a 16th on the turf. So has some familiarity with the Churchill Grounds turf, and has been able to put up some pretty good speed figures on that turf. Early speed runner in here, should be one to get out early. Looking to take a shot, probably trifecta is where we're going to lay up on this horse. Currently 6-1, number 4, Johnny's Fireball. Race 8, we have another Grade 2. This is the Florida Lee. In here, a mile and 1/8 on the dirt. Another really good betting race with some really good horses. Top pick, number 4, Skilla. Comes out of the Shawnee Grade 3. Winner in there with Javier Castellano, who will stay on this horse as well for Wilmot. Then backs it up, optional claimer, 80K, non-winners of 2. Another 93 speed figure winner in there. Comes out of the Double Dog Dare, Grade 3, finishing third behind a very powerful Raging Sea. Silla's probably the class of this field. A really good runner of late, past 2 wins. Speed figures or workouts have been on the positive note, so definitely one to take into consideration. However, kicking off this pick 5, pick 4, kind of going to be tough to beat these two really good favorites. Number 6, Zigara. Second pick, Julian Leperoux, Philip Bauer. Another one that comes out of the Shawnee, finished second to Silla in that race. Was, I believe, the second betting option in there. Just no match late in that race. So we'll see if Julian Leperoux kind of gets a bigger kick or can kind of hold on, as it does have some early speed for Zigara. So we'll see. 2 really good workouts, June 22nd and June 15th, 4 furlongs, 47, 5 furlongs, and 58 and 2. So the works have been phenomenal pointing into this race. So Zigara definitely a pretty good betting option at 9-2 right now for Philip Bauer. Third, Shotgun Hottie, currently 4-1, Sherry DeVoe, Paco Lopez. This is out of Gunrunner. Won the DuPont with a 99 speed figure. in there, going 1.125 at Pimlico. Really good race for Shotgun Hottie to come out of and then point in here. So it was in really good form. Last workout, June 22nd at Keeneland, was 4 furlongs, 47-1. So kind of the top workout for the day, second out of 126. So definitely one that is in great form and has been putting up some pretty good numbers in the workout tabs. Long shot, a colt, Chad Brown, Irad. We'll see. Javier was on this horse last time out at Monmouth on a sloppy track. Ended up finishing second, not too bad for the slop. Third in the Mother Goose behind Zigara, so we'll see if the horse can get a fast track and have some pace to run into, as this one is definitely going to be a late runner at 6-1 for Irad and Chad Brown. Race 9, we have the American Derby. This is a 250K stakes race, mile and the 16th on the turf. And we're going right off to the inside in number 1, Green Light, 3-1, Rudolph Brissett and Jose Ortiz. Yes, the horse just broke its maiden, 92 speed figure, but did it fairly impressively. Not sure what the class was like, probably a weak field, but it was 122K for a maiden special weight, and the horse wins by like 10 lengths. So definitely looks really good coming into this race. Definitely going to have to put in a really good piece to back that up. Definitely not going to win by 10 lengths in here, but definitely one to take into consideration, as it seems to be firing at all cylinders right now. Second on the outside, number 7, First World War, Brendan Walsh, Frankie Dettori, winner of the Penn Mile. Grade 3 stakes race with Frankie aboard. So glad Frankie gets the mount yet again out of this war front. Colt should be running really well. Possibly one that's going to set mid-pack in here and then kind of make a late run possibility. Probably going to set a little bit closer for Frankie. Workouts have been great. Been training, I believe, at Turfway Park. So should have no transition issues coming into this race. And one that's probably going to go off as maybe the favorite and overtake number 1. Definitely going to be close between those two. Third at Gate Road, trying turf for the second time as it went from dirt to turf. So comes out of the American turf and there finished second behind a slew of really good horses in Drakari, Formidable Man, and Lagnos, who's also in this race. But we're willing to give this one another go. Irad and Todd Pletcher teaming up. The horse did really well on turf previously. 5-2-1, 81 career best speed figures. So we'll see if it can back it up. Just getting back to turf may be the thing that this horse needs. Comes out of the Sam Davis Louisiana Derby, falters, and then they're going back to the turf. And long shot, of course, Laganos, again, comes out of the Audubon, the American turf. Like I said, finished third at Drakari, and they're at a big price. Goes into the Audubon in 84. So speed figures are consistent, 84, 85, and then another 84. The late speed will be beneficial for this horse as long as it has some pace to run into, and there should be. There's just some other really good horses in here as well. Race 10, this is the Kelly's Landing, so just a 250K stakes race in here, going 6.5 furlongs. Another really good race. A lot of horses coming off of wins for sure. Hoist the Gold, probably the class of the field, dropping in class, so to speak, coming off of 4, 5, 7 grade 1, grade 2 stakes races. Obviously the Met, the Churchill Downs, the Saudi Cup. We have the Pacific Pegasus, the Cigar Mile, the Breeders' Cup Sprint. A slew of stakes races Hoist the Gold is coming back in here. Does get a jockey switch. Luis Saez comes back aboard. Johnny Velasquez, I believe, is out of town, so Luis is going to get the mount in here for Dallas Stewart. This is just a really good horse, a really cool horse to bet on. Just always runs big in a lot of races that he's put into. I mean, third to National Treasure, I think fifth to Gun Pilot, and then gets swamped by Senor Buscador Ushaba Tesora over in Saudi. Again, fourth to National Treasure, beats out Senor Buscador. I mean, the horses run against some top-class horses. Cody's Wish, the Chosen Vron. So definitely going to get a little bit of class relief in here. But it's running into a really good horse that's coming into his form. In Close the Game. This one's a really good one. out of Girvan. Comes off of a win in Aristides at 260K race at Churchill Downs for Adam Rice. Irad will get them out in here. 99 speed figure for Close the Game Sugar in that last race, beating out Skelly and Tejana Twist. The form looks amazing. The workout's really good. 5 out of 26, 4 out of 31, 4 furlongs, 48 and 3. Just keeping it consistent. 4 furlongs, 48 and 4. So the works have been phenomenal. And obviously the horse has finished off of the board, I believe, one time. And that was at Kentucky Downs. Third pick, Tejana Twist, another horse, that's a really cool horse that runs big. A lot of the times was beat out by Close the Game Sugar last time out. And that Aristides did post a 94 speed figure, so that's really good. Was kind of belated as they kind of came to it. Just never really could catch the leaders in there with that late speed. And long shot is going to be Anchor, Jose Ortiz, Philip Bauer. Another one coming out of that Aristides, same race. 77 speed figure, however, did fade in that race. So we'll see if the distance plays an issue in there. But other than that, I feel like it was just a bad race for Angor in that last outing. If you look back, 2 wins, 2/3, and another win. The horse was hitting the board or winning tremendously. However, it was in 80K optional claimers, non-winners of 2, non-winners of 3, and then steps into Stakes Company and just gets blasted. So we'll see if the rebound can help in here. Trying it again, we'll see. Workouts are okay, comparable to some of the other top contenders, and at a pretty good price of 5-1. Race 11, the highlight of the card, the Stephen Foster, the Grade 1 Stephen Foster, 1.125 miles. Really good race for $1 million in here. Just kind of set these 4-year-olds up for their run, possible Breeders' Cup Classic or something big on Breeders' Cup Day. Top pick, First Mission, Go Dolphin, Brad Cox, Florent Giroux. 2 wins, comes out of the Essex at Oaklawn, and then the Alashiba at Churchill on a slop track. In there, 106 on the slop. First Mission is in great form right now, and a horse that's just kicking off 4-year-old campaign in really good fashion. So we'll see. Should be easily the class in here. Definitely going to have to compete or let Skippy Longstocking go to the lead. That's kind of going to be our second pick in here. Between these 2 horses, I think that'll be our leader. Skippy Longstocking comes out of the Oaklawn Handicap and the Challenger at Tampa. Winner both of those. 107 speed figured last time out, so another huge win and a huge speed figure for this horse. Safi Joseph, Jose Ortiz aboard on this one. Again, Skippy Longstocking, First Mission, definitely going to go out early and maybe compete for the lead. Maybe First Mission lets him have it. But a big runner late-ish, or one that's going to sit off of the pace. King's Barn right now at 6-1. Second in the Pimlico Special. First in the Ben Ali. One that's getting back into form. Coming off a pretty decent-sized layoff June to March. And that has kind of picked up a couple wins, setting itself up to run in the Stephen Foster. 6-1's a really good price for an exacta trifecta type wager. In here, long shot plays going back to the inside, and Pyrenees, winner of that Pimlico Special, beating out King's Barn. 4 wins in a row for this Brian Hernandez, Sherry DeVoe, son out of Into Mischief. Looks really good. Speed figures have improved. Workouts look phenomenal. 80, 88, 90, 93. Speed figures are getting better on Pyrenees. Just going to have to be able to, run down First Mission or Skippy Longstocking in here, as this horse could be one that's kind of running late. However, the horse in allowance 2 times back did go to the lead and wired the field. So we'll see what Brian Hernandez tends to do. I feel like they're going to set off just a little bit of First Mission and Skippy Longstocking, and to try to make that run late to get in underneath or possibly steal one in here. I think this is a horse that you could use trifectas, exactas for sure as you're underneath at a pretty good price, 12-1. Probably not going to take a lot of money as some of these others will. We'll just hope for a clean sheet and no scratches to keep those prices kind of where they are. And the finale on the card is the 1 Mile Turf Tepin Stakes. This is $250K. 4 fillies that are 3-year-olds. In here, another really good race. Top pick, a little price, 9-2 for Dancing in Dixie. Mark Cassie, Jose Ortiz. Comes out of a Grade 3 and 2 Grade 2 stakes races, the Edgewood, the Appalachian, and the Florida Oaks. Third places in each one of those, however, so kind of struggling to find that winner's circle, but I think the horse should set up fairly well in here. Has some late speed. There's definitely going to be early speed for this horse to run into, and one that's kind of in the best form probably than some of these other horses that's running consistently and running in some big stakes races. Next, we're going with number 8, Pipsy, Flavion, and Will Walden. This is a daughter out of Kodiak, a British horse. Comes out of Belmont the Aqueduct, Grade 3. I believe it was the Soaring Softly. Winner in there, so is the one that has a late, or has the most recent win. Another one that has some late speed, but not as dominant of a late kick as Dancing in Dixie. Third, back to the inside. Number 1, Simply in Front, Ed Kennelly. Luis Saez comes off in an optional claimer, non-winners of 1. 82 speed figure, does look pretty good. In that race, did drive clear. The big question, it's going back into stakes races. Finished 4th in that Appalachian. Last time out behind Mo Fox Given and Dancing and Dixie, who are also in here. So kind of a big question mark of what this horse will be able to do. Kind of stepping back into some graded stakes classes. And long shot, you can go Mo Fox Given or number 3, Kathy and Marissa right now at 5-1. Irad Ortiz, Rick Dutro. Another one that's coming off of an allowance win, breaking its maiden at the 67 level. Definitely going to have to take a big step forward. But Irad and Dutro usually team up and do some crazy stuff. 5-1 currently for this American Pharaoh daughter, Pioneer of the Nile on the top. Has the pedigree in here, obviously, for the turf. Looks to be more of a turf horse. So we'll see what this horse can do stepping into stakes company for the first time. Dutro and Irad have a really good hit rate on the stakes action for the first time. So we'll see. Workouts, kind of hard to read. 4 furlongs, 52. But kind of been the only runner for that day at Churchill. So there's our picks for the Stephen Foster Day at Churchill Downs, June 29th on Saturday. Thank you for watching. Make sure to go down and subscribe. We got all summer long stakes action that we'll be dishing out for you guys. Leave us a comment down below your pick for the Stephen Foster. We hope you win big. Good luck.